Insertion single linked list. Insertions are possible to use three ways. That is the insertion a node at begin, insertion a node at end, insertion node at a particular position. Now, first of all, insert a node at begin. In this, the algorithm for insertion begin is in a function. In that function, there are two arguments. The one argument for the first is representing for the starting of the node, and int x, the x is the actual data. In this, the step 1 allocates memory to the node temp. Temp is in a one variable, structure variable. In that, allocating the memory, then store integer value into data field of the temp. It means, for example, allocating memory to the temp, that is for the initial, the temp. Represent some memory location. At the time of allocation, the temp next stores null value. Then the second step, integer value into data field node temp. It means the temp data is representing this location. In this location, the x value are stored. For example, the x is 5, that the 5 value are stored to the temp data. Then assign the address containing in the first node to the next field of temp. It means the initially the paused uh, memory location, that is the first value. That memory location next field of temp. It means the temp is the first representing. Now treat the temp node as a first. After this third step, the temp variable node as a first. It means it is also a representing for the first. Finally, return the first node. After that, the first is in a temp. That is the return to the insertion at begin function. Code. For example, the initially it have some nodes. For example, in this 0, 0 for the address, this is the first step. This is for 0, 10, for example. So another node value 10 is the address is 2010. In this, I am choosing only initial two nodes. At the time of insert at the begin, arguments the first unattached. Well, the first is representing for the 1020. For example, the x value in this node temp. The temp is a variable creation, then temp create node. It means the create node allocates some memory, that is 2040. This is for the representing for the temp. At the time selects temp next equal to null. After the create node executes, the temp is for this node. Then temp data equal to x. This is for the temp. The temp data is representing for this location. That is the x value is 2. So the 2 are stored to the temp data. Now the temp next equal to first. This for the temp next is representing for this location. In that the first is representing for 1020. So the 1020 are stored in temp next. Is 1020. Now execute the first equal to temp. It means at present this is the temp. At the after this statement execution, it is for the first. Return first. It means it is the return. That is the 204. It is for the insert at begin. I discuss insert a node at end. In this algorithm, insert at end is the function and node first is one argument and int x is another argument. The first is representing for the first location of the single linked list. Int x is representing for the actual data. Now, step 1. Allocate memory to node temp. It means the temp allocate the memory. This is for the temp. And store integer value to the data field. It means the data, the actual int x value are stored to the temp data. This is for the temp data. Then, if the first is referred to the null, it means it's a initially the first are representing null. The null is representing it is no nodes in the single linked list. In that time, the assign temp to the first. It means at present creation node is the first node. Okay. Otherwise, traverse the list up to the last. It means if you have two or more nodes, is traverse the it means first to last node. Meaning the next field of the node contain null. It means in every single linked list, the end of the list, the last null, next null is the null value. That is for the last node. And assign the temp node to next. At the time, the temp node is the next field to the last. Then finally return the first. Again, the first oh, first node of the single linked list. Again, it return. This is for the algorithm of the inserting at the actual code. For example, in that time, we have one node. Then single linked list only one node. For example, this for the 1020. The value is 5. At present, it is the first. Now, first is representing for the 1020. Now, x is 10. Node temp. Create the temp variable. Temp equal to create node. It means after the statement execution, to create a node is for the temp. Allocate some address and initially store null. Then temp data equal to x. It is the temp. The temp data is representing for this location. That location are stored to the temp. Then if first equal to null, the first value is 1020. So the first equal to null, the condition is fails. So cannot execute the statement. So move to the else. So node last node equal to first. It means the first is representing 1020. At the same way, after this statement execution, it is also last node. Okay. Now while. Now last node next not equal to null. This for the first node is only one node. In this last node next not equal to null. Last node next it is for the null. So the while condition is fails. it cannot execute this statement. Now last node next equal to temp. The last node next, this is the representation. Now the temp, that is the 4010. Now 4010 are stored on the last next. Okay, then return first. It means it is for the first. So it is the return for the first value. Okay, this is the execution of the insertion at 8.